Welcome to Time in the Shade in Shady Oak Ministries, and now, what's making news. Maxine Waters has referred to supporters of Donald Trump as, quote, domestic terrorists, unquote, charging them with public calls to intimidate elected officials.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome.
Claims they're inspired to assassinate political enemies.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And challenging the heterosexuality of their supporters.
Well, the last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a hook in it.
In response to the reality that Muslim sources repeatedly identify the greatest man in history's wife, Aisha, or at least one of them, was 9 years old, they have responded with the claim that Rebecca, the wife of Isaac, was 3 years old when he married her. They also claim that Abraham heard about her being born instantaneously across the Middle East by word of mouth from Iraq to Canaan, sent his servant to find her in a journey that also happened instantaneously, and that when she met his servant, being sent out alone to gather water for her whole family, communicated with Eliezer eloquently, offering to gather hundreds of gallons of water for his camels as well. If you're wondering how they came to any of these conclusions about a 3-year-old, the answer is the same they always give.
Silence! I kill you!
Hedonist activists have mocked Christians using Judges 19:22 through 23 as a proof text the Bible does not portray homosexuals in a positive light. Since the men were willing to rape a woman to death as appeasement instead of the man that they were targeting, it isn't talking about homosexuals. They were clearly bisexual.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Joe Biden has taken away Israel's access to precision missile technology used to minimize civilian casualties in order to make sure Israel can no longer minimize civilian casualties due to accusations that they are using technology that minimizes human casualties. Jehovah's Witnesses have clarified that Jesus wasn't raised from the dead physically, but recreated spiritually. Somebody read Luke 24:39 out loud in response, and they almost had to be recreated themselves. Shh. On July 14, 2024, a Muslim beheaded a statue of Jesus as a demonstration of how much Muslims love Jesus. They've even expressed their hope to spread this love to the entire world.
Oh no.
Trans Christians have defended the doctrine of transubstantiation, claiming that the bread and wine become the literal body and blood of Christ when blessed by a priest. In order to justify this biblically, they have adopted new pronouns during the ritual, not and saved.
Hey, can somebody just cut off the camera before he humiliates us anymore?
Video game producers are in hot water by demanding more on subscription services rather than physical products to circulate their games, with Nintendo being the only exception. Seems like the work of Bob Lucchese.
Make it stop! Oh, make it stop!
Welcome to Time in the Shade's new game, Christian or Atheist, where we will mention their contributions to the field of science and guess if they were a Christian or an atheist. This week's scientist pioneered the scientific method and is known as the father of empiricism. Was this the work of a Christian or an atheist? I'll give you a few more seconds. Leave your answer in the comments. If you guessed Christian, you'd be correct. This was the work of Francis Bacon.
By sheer coincidence.
And that will be all. Thank you all for joining us. Good night and God bless.